Morning, everyone. Morning. Hear me back there? Can you hear the microphone, Steve? Can you hear me back there?
Not great.
Is that okay then? You don't hear me back there, Steve? That better?
Yes.
All right, great. It's great to be with everyone this morning. Thanks for coming out. I spent some time in the other room, so for everybody in the other room, hello. They're getting this on a time delay, so I'll tell the jokes here, and then I can tell the jokes again over there before the punchline comes up. It's great to be with all of you. I am Jay Ash. I am a recovering municipal official. Thank you, Keith. Thank you. Welcome, Jay. And I have to tell you that on more than one occasion, as I drive through Chelsea on the way into Boston every morning, my car and I both want to veer off and go back to City Hall. The opportunities that you all have in your city and town halls to affect your communities is tremendous, and I do miss that chance to sit and talk with local officials, with my superintendent of schools and police chief and all the staff, and especially local residents, and connect with local residents about things. Candidly, I don't miss union negotiations, so I feel bad for anyone who's involved in that, but what I've really enjoyed about this opportunity is that after 50 years of growing up in Chelsea and serving in Chelsea and looking at the same 1.8 square miles for 50 years, it's been nice for all of you to welcome me into your communities, to show me what's special about your cities and towns. I've been to approximately 90 communities now, driving around and really seeing the Commonwealth in a different perspective than I have before, and I have to tell you that I'm so impressed with what I've seen. My perspective is that my job is to add value to what you all want to do, so hearing what your hopes and visions are for your community, supporting that hope and vision when I can, and sometimes challenging it if a challenge is worthwhile is what I try to do. And I've been pleased as part of this Community Compact program to think even more about those best practices that you want to adopt. Juan Vega, who's the Assistant Secretary for Communities and Program and who is the coordinator for the best practices for my secretariat, is in the back of the room. And Juan and I sit and we review each and every one of the best practices that you all want to adopt in your communities that relate to my secretariat. And Juan and I, with many years of experience that we have had, have thought an awful lot about how we can add value to that which you're trying to accomplish. And so this Community Compact program is a tremendous way to connect with my secretariat and the others, and we really believe that we have programs and technical assistance that can help you. The Lieutenant Governor continues to remind us that this is an important effort and one that we should spend an awful lot of time on, so we do. As she has noted in her opening remarks, we have other resources that are providing assistance to cities and towns. These last 2 weeks we've been traveling around to make awards in 46 communities of $85 million. Lieutenant Governor talked about the increase that happened in the Mass Works program while we were cutting budgets. And I look at Secretary Lepori, the Lieutenant Governor, Governor Baker, and Secretary Lepori said economic development is so important for our communities that we are going to increase the Mass Works project program by 40%. So we had more money to spend, more money to commit to some great projects. Those of you who are in the audience that did not receive an award know that we will be reaching out to you shortly to talk about why that was the case and how we might work together to fit you into another award program down the road. Lieutenant Governor also mentioned that we just announced an urban agenda program. The funny thing for me as we were starting to talk about urban agenda, it won't be a surprise to many of you in the room, the first time I said urban agenda, somebody raised their hand and said, hey, what about a rural agenda? So we're also working on a suburban agenda and a rural agenda, and look forward to working with you around the aspects of that. The last point that I'll let you know is that we have filed a plan with the legislature for the economic development of the entire Commonwealth, and that plan is being heard next Monday, and we anticipate that the governor, with the assistance of the Lieutenant Governor, will be signing that plan in December. The first point of a 7-point plan for that economic development plan is around preparing communities for success. So in 2016 and beyond, you'll see us even more present in your community, trying to help you prepare or advance the success that you can have in your communities. We'll be talking about things like land assembly. We'll be talking about things like permitting. We'll be talking about things like leadership development, all around trying to help you revitalize your communities and bring the type of growth that you would like to see in your community. So I'm very excited about the opportunity to do so and look forward to hearing from all of you as we go through this day. Thank you.
Thank you, Secretary Ash.